Happy Wellness Wednesday, sweaty successful moms. Hope you had a great day and you're having a great evening. It's a little late for us for snack and bedtime because Wednesdays are kind of our late days. It's swimming. So Logan was just having a little snack before he heads off to bed, and we made a new trip to Hope Eco Farms in Elmer today, which was really exciting because we got some new things. We got this awesome water buffalo yogurt, which is what you were having. So it's come from local grass-fed water buffalo, which is pretty amazing. And water buffalo is awesome if you have a problem with cow's milk protein and or just trying to avoid cow's milk. Water buffalo actually has 58% more calcium than cow's milk, 40% more protein, and 43% less cholesterol than cow's milk. So it's pretty awesome. This specifically is non-homogenized. It's pastured at the lowest possible temperature just to meet regulations. And there's no thickening or binding agents at all, or no gums added. So in this it says pasteurized water buffalo milk and the cultures, that's it. So no artificial colors or flavors, and the cream and whey are separated. So that's what you want to look for when you're buying like any kind of dairy products, like homogenized milk. So homo milk that's recommended for babies to wean off of is the most processed milk you can get. So basically it's homogenized, meaning it's all one. And they put it through really, really high temperatures to break down all the molecules and proteins to the same size. So it can all go together and flow together. And that's why whole milk, even with the high fat content that it is, will never separate. So really, really highly processed and really not good for you, and really not good for your babes, where it's like recommended to wean on to homo milk. There are companies out there like Organic Meadows or Rolling Meadows that actually say non-homogenized milk, and that's what you want to look for. So this yogurt, so good. You can tell this little guy's loving his bedtime snack. One of the things we put in that yogurt was Carob powder. Carob powder was just recently introduced to me as an alternative to cacao powder, and it's pretty amazing, especially for kids. So carob comes from the carob trees. Okay, you're just showing off now. So carob comes from carob trees, and it's actually the pod. Inside the pod there's little carob seeds, but the carob powder is the pod itself. And once it's dried, it can be ground up and made into this powder form. And this powder can also be made into carob chips, which are delicious.
I didn't waste it, Mama.
You didn't. It's on your nose. You didn't waste any. So there's no fat at all in carob, virtually little. There's way to go. Very little sodium, if any. There's a high amount of calcium in this. I think there's like 15 grams of milk powder versus carob powder. It's like 16.9 grams of calcium in milk, whereas carob powder has 14 milligrams of calcium. So huge difference there. So a lot of calcium with no oxalates in there, and oxalates can deplete your iron stores. So also another thing you don't want with kids. You don't want like their iron stores being depleted. No caffeine in carob. Also has antioxidants, not as high as cacao, but still there's antioxidants in there. And helps with diarrhea, any from infants to adults. There's a lot of tannins in the cake. Don't spill it. This is why it's almost bedtime. Well, not almost, it's past bedtime. So there's a lot of tannins in the carob powder, which is blinding. Oh my gosh, you spilt it all over your sweater. So there's a lot of tannins in the carob powder, which acts as a binding agent, which is why we'll wash. That's on your face. Which is why it helps as a binding agent and helps with diarrhea. It also is very high in insoluble fiber, which helps to balance blood sugar levels.
I can't wear this one. I can't wear this one tomorrow.
You're definitely not wearing that one tomorrow. No. So it still has some iron, zinc, magnesium. Where was I? I wrote down some notes just so I would keep track. It helps lower your LDL levels, your cholesterol. It's rich in polyphenols. And it helps with hunger. So it keeps you satiated longer. And
did you see my hat?
Yeah, I did. It keeps you feeling full longer because it actually helps decrease your hunger hormone, the ghrelin. So if you're finding that you're like hungry at night, you need a little snack. This was kind of a nice little snack. We paired it with a banana, a yogurt, some chia seeds. So lots of nice balancing.
You're forgetting something.
What? How dirty you are? Yeah, I know. And yeah, so anyways, if you haven't been out to Hope Eagle Farms, a great place, all non-GMO. They try and keep it all Canadian, as local as possible. They have really high standards of the food that they get. A lot of their things were in plastic, which I was trying to avoid, but they said if I pre-order and they know how much I want to spend or what I want to get, they'll have it all packaged for me in paper bags, ready for me to pick up. So I thought that was a huge bonus, and picked up, this is the only place I've been able to find blackstrap molasses in a glass jar. I can get blackstrap molasses at Bulk Barn, but it's already pre-packaged in plastic, which I'm trying to avoid. And blackstrap molasses, so high in iron. So if you're getting molasses, if you want anything like for sweetener or anything, always get blackstrap. Really high in iron, especially if you have any anemia issues. Really good for kids, really good if you're pregnant, or if you're anemic. Blackstrap molasses, you can make it into a tea. Anyways, that's it. Clearly need to get this kid to bed, push the limits a little bit, but hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, and yeah, check in next week. All right, bye, good night. Logan, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.